About 1 month ago, I put my rack 5.8 dBi helium miner antenna on top of my roof with hopes that it would obviously increase my helium mining potential, right? I mean, I thought everyone was saying, I put my antenna on my roof, I get that thing high, I get it outside, and it was like supposed to be an infinite money glitch or something, right? But it has actually been quite the contrary. I have not seen great results since I put it on top of my roof. In fact, when it was just in my attic, as high up as I could get it inside of my attic, inside of my house, it was doing way better and I was having way less problems than I am now with it being outside on top of my roof. The actual antenna, the miner is still in the attic with a short cable run to the antenna, but we're going to get into all of that in just a minute. And we're going to get into all of the reasons why my antenna is not performing the way I thought it should be performing in just a minute. But then at the end of this video, we're also going to go over how you can install your antenna on top of your roof so you can maybe get better results. Because honestly, it was not that hard at all. It took me all of maybe, I don't know, 10, 15, 30 minutes. Towards the end of this video, I'm going to walk you through all of that install process. But right now, let's dive into what my results actually look like, what I think is happening, and how I'm going to try and improve it. But as always, hit the subscribe button, like this video for me. I've got a ton of new videos coming up, not just crypto related videos, guys. I got some really exciting stuff we've been working on. That's why it has been so long since we've posted. But stay with us, hit the subscribe button, and hit that notification button. And with that said, let's jump into this video. All right, now like I said, before we jump into how you actually go about installing this on your roof, we're going to talk about what my results have been and why I think my results are actually not as good as they should be, kind of the steps I'm going to take to fix them. But first, let's jump into actually reviewing the results so far. So my current setup is I have my SenseCat miner inside of my attic right now. From that miner, I have a 10-foot LMR 400 cable that runs up through a roof vent on top of my roof and runs to my helium miner antenna, which is mounted to a sewer pipe vent. And so that's the setup I have right now. Now let's go and take a look at these results. So as you can see, on January 24th, this is the day I actually switched it. We're not going to count that because it was offline on and off between, me trying to get everything set up. So let's go ahead and look at before January 24th. So before January 24th, I was having a lot of 7-day averages above, 0.20. I was having pretty much between 0.18 and 0.25 7-day averages before I moved my helium miner antenna. Now, as you can see, after January 24th, my 7-day average started to never hit 0.20. I have not hit a 0.20 7-day average from helium mining since it has been on top of my roof. And as you can see, the last couple of days, that 7-day average has dropped below 0.1 helium. It has been really, really bad. Now, that is because the last few days, I have no idea what has been happening. My SenseCat miner has been offline for like 12 hours a day, sometimes even a full 24 hours, and I don't notice because I don't get an alert until it's been offline already for 15 or so hours, and I don't have access to reboot it until I get back home because I don't have like a Wi-Fi power plug in my attic to, power cycle the miner to help it reboot. So I probably should get one of those up there. That's one of the things that will definitely help me over the next coming days is I can reboot it from anywhere. So now that we can see that my results have been down since I put it on my attic, not drastically, right? It hasn't been a crazy difference. I mean, it's nothing compared to back in like early October through early November when I was making like half a helium a day. Those were the good days. And then that big November crash came, but we're not talking about that. See, for the last 30 days, as you can see, since I've had that helium miner antenna on my roof, I'm down 18.5% over the last month of what I have been earning. Now, what I think a lot of this actually comes down to is this right here, the hotspots I am witnessing. My area over the last month or so has gotten an influx of new miners. I think that's honestly the bigger problem at hand here, as so many new miners have come into town. It's really throwing a wrench in my mix. So this is what I think it all comes down to. As you can see, 16% of the hotspots I have been witnessing have very poor transmit scales. 66% of the hotspots I am witnessing have mediocre, which really means pretty bad transmit scales as well. 2% have terrible transmit scales, leaving me with only about 14% of the hotspots I have witnessed have actually decent transmit scales. That means only 14 of the hotspots I'm witnessing are actually paying me a decent amount of helium for every time I witness them. The other 85% of the hotspots I am witnessing have all become terrible transmit scale hotspots to witness. That, I believe, is the true problem at hand here. It has been My area was super good a while ago, but more and more hotspots are pouring in, making it worse and worse for me. So one thing I'm going to do to try and fix this is, well, first of all, I want to say there's not much you can do about transmit scale, right? People are going to come into your area no matter what. You can't really fix that. However, you can try and witness more hotspots towards a direction where there are more green hotspots. So I have thought about trying out an 8 dBi antenna, where my logic here is right now I have a big cluster of all these poor hotspots right immediately around me, and I'm thinking possibly with an 8 dBi antenna I might be able to shoot over the immediate cluster around me. Since I'm on top of my roof, I might be able to shoot over those and get out further away where the more higher transmit scales hotspots are. So that will definitely be a test I'm going to try. I have access to an 8 dBi antenna. I just need to hook it up and let that go for about 2 or 3 weeks and compare the results. Another option, like I said, is getting that Wi-Fi outlet installed or plug-in installed that I can plug into to help it power cycle when it goes offline. Because right now I have 2 or 3, 4 days that my hotspot is just completely offline, earning absolutely nothing. In fact, right now, as you can see, the past 24 hours, 0. The past week, 0.07. So in the past week or so, my hotspot has been down so much, and I just have not gotten up in my attic to reset it because I've been so busy with other things. Another option is maybe decreasing that cable run I have, maybe getting my actual miner closer up to my antenna. Now, I don't think that is the biggest factor at hand because it's only a 10-foot LMR 400 cable, so the cable loss I have on that is maybe half of a dBi, at max half a dBi loss. So I don't think that my cable run is the bigger problem here. I think it's possible it could have something to do with it, but I have something for that right here actually. This right here is an outdoor case. I will be showing you more in depth. I'm not going to show you all of this right now because that's not the purpose of this video. But with that case, I have another hotspot at my parents' house. I'm going to use this outdoor case on their roof and test that antenna on their roof as well and see what my results are. So stay tuned for that because I'm going to show you exactly how you can install an outdoor case, which is going to be a whole separate video obviously. Pretty much my main option here to do to hopefully increase these results is try a higher, maybe 8 dBi antenna to shoot over that immediate cluster of low transmit scale hotspots near me and hopefully hit some higher transmit scales out on the edges of town. So that is what I'm going to do first to try and see what we can do there. But without further ado, let's go ahead and I'm going to walk you through exactly how you can set one of these up on your roof, which is so easy. So let's get into that. Okay, so we're voicing this over because it was a little bit windy and I kind of ruined the audio, but I mean, let's just appreciate that view for a second. So this is what we have going on here. I have my 5.8 dBi antenna just quickly U-bolted to this plumbing vent on a roof. Now, most houses are going to have one of these. Yours may look a little bit different, maybe a little bit bigger or smaller. I'm not sure what yours is going to look like. Now, you can use U-bolts just like this. You pick them up at Home Depot or, you know, any hardware store, or you can get like U-straps, which are a lot thicker. Now, the reason we did that instead of a mount is because I did not want to drill holes in my roof and risk leaking. So then we have my LMR 400 cable, which runs over here to my attic vent, and this just goes through a little pop out that we made right there, and it runs down inside of my attic. Now, I'll show you what the other side of this looks like in just a second, but it was really pretty simple. Just popped out 2 or 3 of those little grates right there and kind of shoved it in. My brother shoved it in from the top, and I pulled it in from inside of the attic. So really not a hard setup at all. Super easy. Just clamp it down to that plumbing vent and you're literally all set to go. You just got to find a way to get it inside. Okay, you guys, and so this is exactly where that cable comes through. As you see, it comes right through this little roof vent right here, comes down to my miner. And this is actually just command stripped onto part of the roof truss here. And then I also have a bracket underneath it just to support it, help take any extra weight off of it. And I just plugged it all in there, so that's why we're still blinking. So as you see, the cable comes right in right there. And then I have my Ethernet cord. And then this is also just plugged into an extension cord, which goes right down to an outlet box that I put right up here. And then my Ethernet cord comes right down to a switch I have in my attic as well, because that wire also runs directly to my office. So there you have it, guys. Super actually easy to install this. Looks great up there. I probably will go up and spray the brackets black just to make sure it all looks a little bit more seamless, but I'll get to that another day and when it's a little bit warmer so the paint settles a little bit better. So there you have it. That is how you install that. And now we just got to sit back and wait and see how these earnings are. And here is those face U-bolts spray painted black. Looks a lot more clean. You can't even tell from the street now. Hopefully HOA doesn't catch on. But guys, if you're going to do this, just be safe. Find something sturdy to mount it to. And as always, guys, thanks for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe because coming soon is going to be that full outdoor case that I showed you. I'm going to show you me installing that full thing on another roof. So I'll see you on the next one.